Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, the CEO and founder, alongside of my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Lavita Pyers, of the most incredible tax educational platform on planet Earth. I don't care what anybody say, and that is the Academy of Financial Education. Now, we do not teach financial, or we do not give financial advice, but we do give financial education. And we give it to you with documentation. I have a saying that says that documentation beats conversation. And in fact, I'm going to give you some documentation today that inflation is nothing but manipulation and theft. It is an illusion that has been sold to you. I'm going to prove it. Okay? So before I continue, guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button on the way in and on the way out. Hit that subscribe button. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you want to definitely subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit that notification button. It's a little bell. It's on this side or that side, somewhere on your screen. When it pops up, say, hey, I want to be notified every time this guy drops some golden nuggets. I'm about to talk about gold. No pun intended. Okay, guys, let's jump into this. So again, here's my message today, because I keep hearing inflation, and I've been teaching this for years. I said the three financial cancers to financial devastation is taxes, debt, and inflation. Today I want to talk about inflation. Inflation is not real. Okay? Yeah, I know. Oh, Mark, yeah, it is. Have you seen the food prices? Have you seen the gas prices? Have you seen the housing prices? Yeah, I've seen them. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. In real money, that the 1%, that the wealthy that controls this country knows about, prices have never changed. They have never changed. Prices today are the same exact as they were in 1933. Look, a gallon of gas is the same exact price today. A house is the same exact price today. Education is the same exact price today that it was in 1970. Don't believe me, right? Let me tell you guys a story. To substantiate what I just said, because again, I am the master of documentation beats conversation, okay? They're never going to teach you this in school. The school system has been forbidden to teach real financial education. That's why I will never go to a university to teach me about taxation when I know it's designed to not teach me true financial education about the tax system, because the people that put the tax system in place is the people that put the school system in place. Let me stay on track. So right now, currently, the house that my wife and I reside in, Zillow says that house right now is valued at $716,000. So I want to take you back to 2016. In 2016, that house was valued at $400,000. Today in 2024, as of this video, on January 5th, 2024, Zillow says that house is worth $716,000. Let me ask you a question. Did the house go up in value? Did the house increase in value? Everybody do this. Nope. It's the same price it was in 2016, $400,000. And I'm going to prove it. In 2016, 1 ounce of gold, God's money, what has always been money in this country until the 1% robbed the American people. And then in 1974, Nixon robbed the entire world. Took us off the gold standard. Why? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I'll save that for another video. In 2016, 1 ounce of gold was $1,127 per ounce. So let's just do some simple math. If I take $400,000 and divide it by $1,127 per ounce, that would give me 355 ounces. Let me see, I'm going to get my number right. 355 ounces of gold, okay? The 355 ounces of gold is still $400,000. It's just not sitting in monopoly money, that paper money that we trade our time for. That paper money that now they can manipulate and tell you, oh, it's inflation. And all these other silly games that they're playing around with us with, okay? So I hope you guys are on track. 2016, the house of $400,000. So here's what I want to do. Let's pretend that you took your $400,000, the value of that house, and you put it under your mattress. No interest. Didn't earn no interest. Just put it under your mattress. And I took my $400,000 and I took it to the precious metal dealer and I simply exchanged it for gold at $1,127 per ounce. And now I'm sitting here with 355 ounces of gold. And I put it in a can because I could put that in a can and I buried it in my backyard. And today in 2024, January the 5th, 2024, we said, I'm going to go buy that house. And you pull your $400,000 out from up under your mattress, and you go to that realtor, and the realtor said, oh, the house isn't $400,000 anymore because of inflation. Oh, and appreciation. It's $716,000. So you're $316,000 short to buy that house. What about me? What about the person that got informed about what real money is, that the 1% is forbidden to teach the 99% about, okay? Currently today, 1 ounce of gold is $2,050. Easy math. 355 times $2,050 is $727,000. I hope you guys got what I just put down. Because what I just put down is the keys to never being penalized through this manipulation of inflation. If you think that this is a one-off, I've got a video somewhere on my YouTube station. You should find it. I go back 100 years with gold and silver. And I do this same comparison. And every time I do this comparison, baby, guess what I find out? That manipulation is inflation. Inflation is make-believe. See, we are being so dumbed down that we think that the super wealthy that controls our government, that controls the wealth in this country, you know, there was 3 things that destroyed the wealth for the 99% as I get ready to wrap this up. 2 of those happened in 1913. And then one happened in 1933 for the United States of America. There's a 4th one. I might talk about that. So let's talk about the 2 in 1913 because they don't teach this in history class. In 1913, a small portion of Congress voted in the Federal Reserve Act, which means that our monetary system, our banking system now belongs to a central banking system, which is nothing more than a cartel, okay? Do you know that the President of the United States does not control the Federal Reserve? Do you know that the United States President cannot even go into the Federal Reserve meeting? He has to be invited, and he's never invited. Number 2, the 16th Amendment to the Constitution. What's the 16th Amendment to the Constitution, Mark? The 16th Amendment to the Constitution was voted in by a small portion of Congress to undo what the United States Supreme Court had already ruled to be unconstitutional, and that is federal taxes on your income. And so there, Congress now can levy a federal tax on your income. Do you think that those 2 things happened coincidentally in 1913? All of a sudden, the Federal Reserve is taking over the monetary system, and all of a sudden, they figured out how to tax the American people on their money. Did you know that we did not have a federal income tax on our income prior to 1913? I bet you didn't. forbidden to be taught in school. Number 3, 1934, President Roosevelt ordered the American people to turn in all of their physical gold and their gold certificates, and made it unconstitutional, made it illegal, and threatened you by jail time and $10,000 in fine if you didn't turn over your real money, which was gold. And it wasn't until in this country in 1964 that enslavement was undone. But you know why it didn't matter? Because the financial education was lost. Gold as money was no longer being taught. The millenniums don't know anything about gold being money. It's starting to get a little windy, so I got to wrap this up. That's the devil saying, hey, you're educating these people too much. The last thing that happened was in 1974, President Nixon took the entire world off the gold standard. He said it was a temporary suspension. We've been on that temporary suspension since 1974, and we ain't never going back to real money. But you do have the right, you do have the control to stop saving your money in what was designed to decline in purchasing power. The dollar has never been worth a dollar from the day it was disconnected from the gold standard. However, you go watch that video, 100 years of proof, 100 years of documentation and illustration and demonstration shows you that manipulation or inflation is manipulation. There's no inflation. There's nothing but theft. But you can change that. So what's the moral of the story? You got to get informed. You got to stop being bamboozled. You got to stop being hook-winged, I think they call it. You got to stop being led, to the slaughterhouse. You got to stop thinking that the government's coming to save you. The government is not coming. Nobody is coming to save you. They are trying to eliminate. The middle class has already been eliminated. $100,000 today is the new norm. And it's not middle class. So what are you going to do about it? Guys, get informed, okay? You have the right, you have the legal right to pay the least amount of taxes. We didn't have taxes prior to 1913, and we don't need income taxes to run the government today. So why are they taxing you? Because they want to rob you of your wealth. You know, I just thought about something. I was listening to a guy, and he was talking about the chairman of the Federal Reserve, talk about he wanted to calm down inflation. They created inflation. They created. And one of the things that they said was there were too many jobs. I want you to think about this. There were too many jobs being created. They needed to cool down the job market. What does that tell you? That for their system to work, some of us have got to struggle. I know the Bible said the poor will always be among us. You just ain't got to be one of them. So guys, I hope you got value from this. Leave a comment below. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you get notified. And definitely, guys, share this out. Share, share, share. Because we can change our financial economy. But first of all, we gotta get the financial enslavement that's been placed on our brains. We got to get that undone. Okay? So we'll see you guys on the next video.